Good afternoon, curling fans. Welcome into session number 8 of this Gouden Carolus Classic of year 2024. Yet another international matchup. We've got Spain against Germany, specifically Catalonia against Germany. We want to make sure that's correct. So, Puigcerda La Tosa, I know I can say La Tosa, that's the part we're going to go with, against Dusseldorf, our Spanish team, looking strong. One of the stronger teams in this group. They've a win and a draw, so they're sitting on 3 points. Dusseldorf lost both of their matches, but they're going to be fighting for pride here. So they will be knocked. They are knocked out of the qualifying or the knockout stages, but they will be in the placement matches later. But going into it today, this afternoon, there's a lot going on. This Group D, we'll take a look at the standings there. Anything can happen. All three of the Spanish teams still fighting for a position. Carlitz playing Puigcerda. I don't know how to say that. We're going to butcher it all afternoon. But they're playing over on sheet A. That winner of that one will be going on. Depending on what happens here in the La Tosa Dusseldorf match, well, if La Tosa wins and by how much, could mean they're going through. It's going to be lots to play for here between these matches. We'll keep everything on. We'll keep you guys informed of everything that's going on and how it ranks up. But Tim, what do you feel about this match coming into it?
Yeah, I feel like we're going to see an interesting match. It's again a different Puigcerda. We've seen Puigcerda La Carolus earlier. Now we will see La Tosa. La Tosa showing great strength. They have, I think, a win and a tie, so they are unbeaten. Same as Carlitz. They are playing for the better seeding in the game, but they can also get knocked out, so they really have to make an effort. They can jump from first to third halfway the game, especially because the other Spanish teams are also playing a lot of Spain today. Before I jump into my predictions, I think we can have a quick peek at what the knockout stages look today. So you have to go back to the standings. And then
get rid of this.
Yes.
Sorry,
so we have
screen. There we go.
We have a couple of confirmed seedings there. So on the left bracket, we have Handshakes, the Swiss team, playing against Scandalicious. They didn't win their game, but a tie was good enough to get a better, or at least not a better seeding, but kind of promote to the knockouts. And then they might face Team Vreken in the semifinal. So Team Vreken is on that side of the bracket. And then over on the other side of the bracket, we have Desperate Housekeepers against the Canadians. So two Belgium teams there. And of course, then Euromix is the one they can face in the semis. We don't know the seeding for the other teams, but this session will kind of conclude the group stage. And then we will have a final view on the knockouts for this tournament, which means Housekeepers and Vreken, they can only meet in the finals. We could have Henne Snoep playing Team Vreken. That's a game I look forward to if it would happen, to kind of compare two very strong teams, see how they would face against each other. But a lot to look forward to, starting with this game here.
Yep. The winner of Group D will be facing Euromix in the next round. Second place will have the pleasure of playing Team Vreken. We thought we had an upset brewing earlier with Team Vreken in the previous broadcast, but it was just teams playing the wrong color stones. So Team Vreken still undefeated on home ice this season. Yeah. So they will not be an easy matchup for whoever finishes second in this group. So let's
have a quick peek at the schedule, because we have kind of tons of games now. This is only the third session of today. We have two more sessions afterwards, and on stream we will have two placement matches, and this will only be decided after the group stage, so we don't really know who's ranked at what position. That's something you can follow on Softpeel. There's also kind of ranking up there, but we will keep you guys updated. But third stream out of a series of 5. And now I think, about the game. Do you have any predictions?
Well, you get to go first. Oh, no, we both lost.
We both lost.
The last round, and I think
I lost. I won the previous one, so I get to go first. As much as I want Dusseldorf to win this game, because I kind of really like the team, had a chat with them earlier, and we had also nice drinks yesterday at the curling party. I still think La Tosa is going to have the upper hand here, and I'm betting. Maybe it's the safe bet. I don't know. It's just all kind of going on the standings of the group stage, but I am going to pick La Tosa as my winner today.
Well, as I am down by 3, I think I have to counterpick. I like La Tosa. I think they're going to be a strong team, but I also think we shouldn't count out Dusseldorf. They are capable curlers. They do know what they're doing, getting used to the ice. Now they've had a couple of matches, maybe a new day, and that will change their outlook on the ice. So I'm going with Dusseldorf with the upset. Try to finish this tournament strong. and hopefully get me within 3 points of Pim.
That will be a hard one. Yeah, if at some point if you have to counter pick, it's also kind of when what match do I pick as a counter pick? You can kind of try and hang on, and then strategically pick those counter picks. But yeah, with our prediction model, if you're forced to counter pick, that's never a very good situation.
There's always the option of picking a draw,
Yeah.
but I don't like doing that.
No.
I want to make a decision here. I'm gonna stick with Dusseldorf. So
Yeah, I got the upper hand because this morning you picked Sliding Ladies over the Grey Ducks, where I went for the Grey Ducks. I think that sets the tone for the day again.
Yep, it does. But enough about that. They're
Yes.
on the ice. They're ready to go. So we will jump out there. I
Near.
will take the near camera. Thank you very much. We will get the scoreboard up to date. It
Yeah.
looks like La Tosa does have the hammer, so I don't have to worry about that. We will just catch up on the stones.
Yeah, now I am the proud owner of a unique, rare Puigcerda Curling Club pin because the teams from Spain were kind enough to share a club pin with us. So I will add that pin to my collection. I mean, for people that are not familiar with curling community, it's kind of a thing in curling where you collect pins of teams and clubs.
Hopefully next season. Ooh, this one flashes through, catches nothing. And let's get the right skips mic'd up. Nope. That was right.
Yeah, so also a reason for John to pick La Tosa is perhaps because they are a team wearing orange, and since that is your favorite color.
That is red, sir.
Is it red?
That is red.
It looks red on camera.
It is a reddish orange. It is an orangish tint to it, but that is definitely, I would call that a red. Skip is very commanding with his calls there.
Yeah.
Got to make sure they listen. They get that one into the house. So over on sheet A, we have our team from Łódź, Poland, playing against the mixed team from Austria. Both of those teams have been eliminated from their group. They are from advancing into the knockout stage. They will be playing in the placement matches later. Tough tournament for both of them. They've been into it, so this one is for pride. And then over on sheet C, we have the other two Spanish teams. And that will have an effect on the placement round here. Excellent stone there from Dusseldorf.
Caroline with a nice stone. She's mildly satisfied with the result there.
It's very hard to say. Sometimes the Germans are not so expressive. She could be happy. She could be sad. We don't know.
No!
Keeping the sweepers off it. Wanting this one to curl over. Hoping for a little bit of a roll underneath, but gets the takeout. That's the job number one. Looking at the double here.
Ja, Heckweight. Wie gerade.
Hack weight on this one. Not quite sure what the second part was. 4 degrees. Maybe that's... It sounded like 4 grade.
Vision!
But that could be... Nope, straight on the sweep.
Up!
One is going to catch over, gets them both,
Sehr
and
schön.
gets them out. Very nice indeed. Sehr schön. I'm going to butcher the German language as well as the Dutch and possibly Spanish.
Superstein.
Super. Got the double, got the roll over towards the middle. Unfortunately, doesn't get cover, but I still like that stone a lot. A little bit of a tight slide, kind of pushes it back out to readjust. Hopefully he didn't overcorrect that. Starting to come back onto that center line, and this is going to catch the side. Shooter will roll out, but they do get the job done, gets rid of that yellow stone.
So, wenigstens das. Ja, dann müssen wir die beiden jetzt rausnehmen. Ich würde sagen, wir können den ja hier innen treffen. Und dann auf den. Das wär das Optimum natürlich. Also wenn man hier von innen nach da angibt, dann curlt's halt immer ein bisschen mehr, ne? Aber wir müssen den so spielen, fürchte ich.
So looking at possible double here.
Ja, ja. Also ich versuche auch so Board dann zu spielen.
Trying
ne?
to come in,
Das war
get
ungefähr
that,
deine
move those all
Geschwindigkeit
outs.
jetzt gerade.
Not going after it very hard if that is what he's going for.
So, es ist etwas langsamer als gestern, richtig?
Yeah, langsam.
Ja, ich versuche dann ähnlich wie jetzt die Karo-Steine, also eher Boardweight zu spielen. Also wenn ich den vorderen rechten dünn treffe und dann auf den, das wäre natürlich das Optimum. Aber einer von beiden raus, besser natürlich, also hauptsächlich der linke.
You get all that, Pim?
Yes, it was very clear.
Hey, up!
Calling the sweepers off. They want to catch this. Well, doesn't quite get over enough. Does get rid of one.
War noch mehr als Board.
Needed a little bit less ice, maybe. Still takes one out. Going to prevent La Tosa from having a huge end. La Tosa's going to want to... I think they're going to want the hit and roll here. They're going to try to roll the shooter away from that other red to take away the double and try to set up a 2 here in their hammer end to start.
Hey!
Oh, almost stripped there at the sliding. And let's see how this plays out.
Called them off.
And this works.
This is going to roll. Does it roll far enough away?
Aber drumherum spielen ist halt auch schwierig, ne?
And that's a decision for
Sollen wir
Dusseldorf.
versuchen, den
What are
einfach
they going to do?
rauszunehmen
Are they going
nochmal?
to try to double
Und
this?
wir
Are they
liegen ja
going to
wahrscheinlich
try
dann besser als
to...
der, ne? Und
Ja.
dann liegt er halt hier. Und wenn die den rausnehmen, dann haben sie trotzdem nur einen. Also nehme ich den raus, ja?
Nose hit would leave them shot, but pretty well exposed. Not sure they can really...
Ja, wir nehmen den einfach raus.
We wanna get rid
Wir
of that
bleiben. Also wenn sie unseren dann nochmal rausnehmen, dann sind sie eigentlich außerhalb des Hauses.
I think he's saying they want to keep it in the house. Anything more than that, I don't know. Hopefully Leon pops in later in the chat and can start translating some of his for us.
Vision!
That's a quick call.
Yeah. Not sure he gave it enough ice on this one. Well, it is going to catch. And actually, if it can roll over and tap that one
Excellent.
out, oh, that's great. That's fantastic.
Stone.
I think that was maybe what he was talking about, because if they could bounce it over. So, yeah, they're exposed, but now there's only one in the house for La Tosa, so...
Yeah, reducing
was-
the scoring potential here for La Tosa, and an excellent double takeout, leaving the shooter there in the shot position, kind of forcing La Tosa to either take it out or do a better draw, and seemed like they are going for a takeout. And
Yeah. Now, will they try to roll out and get the blank, or I think they should take the point. In this kind of format, I think you want to take the point.
yeah,
No.
Keeping him off, keeping him off. Looks like it's got good weight. That is going to hit and stick, and so that is going to be 1 for La Tosa. But that was a great stone, great setup from Dusseldorf there to get that double out. Force of 1. Excellent opening there from both teams.
yeah, and it's just one, so think also a good result for current club Dusseldorf if you can keep your opponent from just scoring 1 on their hammer, and that is a good result. And now it's Dusseldorf time. See if they can get a better scoring on their hammer in here. For people out there, you can see that there are 2 other Spanish teams from current club Puigcerda playing on sheet C, and the names of the teams, La Tosa, Puigpedros, and Carlit, are apparently the names of mountains in the valley where they come from in Catalonia.
This one drifts onto the center line, but also into the house.
Ja, wieder raus!
Let's see what Dusseldorf chooses to do.
Heck wieder!
Vina, hello. Oh, you've got to go to bed, and we're showing a match. We've been showing matches. This is our 3rd match today. We've been live already for, I don't know, a few hours. Started at 8 a.m. this morning.
Vision!
5 hours later, we're still on.
And also, it is allowed to watch curling in bed. It's very comfortable. I think that's something I would recommend. Falling
Sehr schön.
to sleep with the sounds of our voices. Can you picture a better way, John, to have peace and calm?
Yes, falling asleep without listening to my own voice. That's sounds horrifying to me. And you can also watch the matches on replay. I know it's not quite the same, but you can always get your curling fix watching them back when you wake up.
No! No!
Calling them off. Wanting this one to curl over, make sure it gets on the yellow. That is going to kiss it, but not move it out. So
Alle, geht!
early mistake from La Tosa. Going to give Dusseldorf an opportunity to set up a guard. Oh, you were able to see the northern lights out there. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'd love to see some of those pictures. If you post them somewhere, absolutely put them in the chat. Let us know. I have yet to see the northern lights in person. They don't come down to Belgium.
No.
This one feels like it's going to over curl and be
Haus.
a little bit heavy.
Hier. Ja, hat sie zu weit innen abgegeben.
We want to get this one away, make sure they don't set up a double or a pocket there. So Christian sweeping it a little bit. Oh, that would be great, Bina. Looking forward to seeing those, to seeing the video you put together. So, it is a double setup here. They didn't quite get enough space between the two, so it looks like this is what might be trying. At least getting rid of one of them. Cooper's trying to work and hold this one.
Good work.
Over curls, gets one shooter, slides out though, so still one in the house for Dusseldorf.
Yeah, and this is good for Dusseldorf, the way this is set up. They can either split the house and or they can guard up their shot stone. It's also a possibility, but the way it's set up now, they have potential to score 2 here on their hammer.
Going for the guard on this one.
Im Haus? Okay.
Like this one feels like this one's
Yeah,
heavy
durch.
coming into the house. Actually looks like it's a bit heavy and might go through the
Yeah, I
house.
think it's just going through. It's very heavy.
And I've just noticed that the Spanish team is using our club brooms. Not sure. I wonder how effective they'll be able to make those at sweeping hard. They're definitely designed for durability more than strength, I think.
Yeah.
But I think if you put enough weight into them, you can still do something with it.
Yeah, they are always welcome to use my broom. It's sitting here unused. And a similar...
Go. So La Tosa making Dusseldorf pay for that missed guard.
Yeah, well, that's
Taking it out, and now Dusseldorf is on the chase.
Oder rein, oder dahinter. Ja, nee, dann raus. Also Backline.
Or backline wait here on this one. Want to get rid of the red and hold the shooter somewhere in the house. This one feels like it's also heavy and inside. Is that going to curl over enough? No.
Oh no. So, 2 misses here from Ricarda, which kind of tips the initiative over to La Tosa this way.
Yeah. So, got some updates over from the other sheets. Sheet A, Austria started with 2, so they lead Watch 2-0 in the second end, and Carlitz over Puigcerda leading at 1-0 in the second over there. We'll be definitely keeping an eye on those matches throughout the broadcast.
Hey!
It's always cool if you have a group stage where everything's wide open, basically. We had groups where the last game was just about seeding.
Oh, hogged this one. So opening back on
backline.
Dusseldorf's side. Maybe a little bit of nerves there, thinking, ooh, don't want to throw it too hard and end up underthrowing it by a lot. That's a very common occurrence on the curling ice.
Vision!
Calling for the sweep. Need to make sure they hold the line on this one. It's curling outside.
Ja,
Is it
ganz
going
durch.
to catch?
Ganz durch. Leider rollt er nicht mehr, aber okay.
Gets on
Ja,
the nose. Stays in the house. That's also okay. And I think Dusseldorf would want this one to be on the edge of the house, because then it has more of a risk for La Tosa rolling out. If they leave it on the inside in the middle of the house, then they can hit it and still have a better chance of staying in. So got the weight.
No!
Does it have the line? Calling them off. Wanting it to fall a little bit more. This one going to be also right on the nose. Gets rid of the yellow. Holds the shooter in the house. Now something else for Dusseldorf to deal with.
And
Brauchst du
well-paced
dich
game.
dahinter oder
like
lieber
this.
raus? Raus! Ja, spiel das gleiche Tempo wie gerade. Vision!
Great for the sweep.
Ab! Ab!
Now calling them off.
Ja, der kommt jetzt auch nicht rum.
Oh, this one's a little bit inside. Will it get enough?
It
Oh,
can
yeah,
Catches
lucky.
the red, and unfortunately shooter rolls out, but I think getting rid of that red one was...
priority number 1, yeah.
Yep. So, each team has played 6 stones, and we're at square one. Nothing in the house, nothing in play. I'd like to say this is a rare occurrence, but no, not really. Let's see, maybe we'll get a 16 ender in as well. We get all 16 stones remaining in play.
No, yo no tinc l'última, l'intentarem deixar mossegant allà davant, vale?
Been asking, is the ice kind of fast today? I think it has been a bit during the tournaments, but also current club Dusseldorf, they tend to play in their ice hockey ring, and they play on very slow ice. So they always say every time we come to Belgium playing in your curling ring, we really have to kind of adjust our speeds, and for their feeling they have to kind of go for slow motion stones.
hug this one as well. So
Ja, vorne
something
ins Haus.
going on. La
Gucken, ob ich die Länge
Tosa
treffe.
being a little too light,
Von der
Dusseldorf
Seite.
being too
Und
heavy.
gib mir mal ja, ein
Still
bisschen
trying
mehr,
to
damit er
feel
ein
out
bisschen
the
schräg
ice
liegt. Ja, genau.
conditions. And also, Bino, they've sanded the stones just before the tournament, so they have a lot more curl in it.
So,
And
jetzt
it
habe ich
does
2 Versuche,
change the feel of it a little bit.
T-Line-Länge zu spielen ungefähr. Weil wir dann einen Punkt haben.
Yeah, the hockey ice is
Mehr
often
ist nicht
very
drin,
rough, and they
würde ich
usually just do
schätzen.
a
Außer sie missen den, das kann natürlich sein.
quick pass with
Erstmal
the
muss ich
Zamboni over it, so
Erstmal muss ich überhaupt T-Line.
the ice
Ja,
isn't
vorne im
as
Haus.
pure.
Ja, ja, vorne im Haus. Also etwas langsamer als... Alles klar.
Ricardo immediately jumping on the broom there. So they might think this is too slow.
Soll ich wischen?
Just want to get it into the house, just wanting to make sure. And this one is coming up very light. It is going to get over the hog.
So
Going
viel
to give them
langsamer,
something to
okay.
guard, but it also gives something for La Tosa to draw in behind. So
Yeah, this helps La Tosa here because at this stage, Dusseldorf, they don't really need a guard. It doesn't help them, but for La Tosa, this is a little opportunity to find that protection and get a stone in there.
yeah, playing in Dusseldorf, Bina, is an interesting thing because also on the hockey rinks to make it look white, they put chalk in the ice, so it in the water when they freeze it, so it definitely makes it a bit slower as well. So playing there is a challenge because you have to throw it super hard just to get it all the way down the ice.
Chicos, frena! Chicos, frena!
Is this one
This one
Dying
also
there?
coming up light as well.
Umspielen, ne? Wahrscheinlich hier ganz außen.
Yeah, the
dann
chalk
die Ice.
makes it so that it's
Austreffen.
the puck shows up better, especially for television as well. Here we have big white sheets that cover everything, so we don't have to add anything to our ice to make it colored. But yeah,
Meine
playing
Güte,
there.
ich
So
muss doch nur
you
das
always
aufsetzen,
bring when
ey.
you play in Dusseldorf, you should always bring an old broom head,
das war
something you
grad mein
don't care
erster
about
langsamer
because
Stein,
it
ne?
just gets so coated with chalk.
So.
You don't want to bring that back to play on this ice. So Dusseldorf with a chance to tie things up here.
an open draw?
Needs to make sure it gets there.
These shots feel like the easiest in the history of curling, just putting it in the somewhere in the 12 foot, and then it's all about sweepers delivering it.
To make sure on the weight, don't want this one to die, but then don't want to make it go too far. So once you're sure it's going to get there, you
Nichts,
let it
nichts,
go.
nichts, nichts.
Do nothing. Last little clean just to make sure it gets there. Settles in just behind the tee line, and that is one for Dusseldorf, and they are able to tie things up here in the second.
So I think we're gonna have a close game matchup right here. Two teams that are very well balanced.
Yeah, it's gonna, hopefully it'll stay tight all the way through. Hopefully the teams will get a little more adjusted to the ice. We'll get some more play inside the house, bigger shots. But right now, you know, even if it stays kind of like this kind of a match, or it goes down to back and forth, would also be all right. So Dusseldorf opening things up here in the third, going to be placing that classic center guard opening.
Wischen!
Calling for the sweep, feels a little bit on the lighter side. Want to get this one as deep as they can. Skip coming out to sweep. Decides,
Ja, ganz
nah, that's
ruhig.
too much work. This is going to end up
Ja,
very
perfekt.
nice. Perfect.
Sehr schön.
Perfect starting stone. Sehr schön indeed. We are playing WCT rules, so the no-tick rule and the 5-rock rule are in effect. We are playing on a timer instead of on fixed ends, so there's an hour and 20 minutes of playtime. Bell goes off, whatever end is in progress finishes, and with a hard stop time of 1 hour and 40 minutes. If you cannot finish your last end in 20 minutes, you don't deserve to finish it.
No!
This one's going to try to get around, sweeping it hard. There we go. Gets it around there, and that's going to settle in nicely right behind the tee. Ooh, sweeping all the way back to the forefoot. I carried a little bit further than I thought.
Yeah, a bit heavy. Otherwise, I would have immediately called for a potential shot of the match. But I think this one is a bit too heavy. It leaves the same draw for Dusseldorf, which is exactly what they want if they want to try and steal this end here.
And now with the backing, so they're coming up the opposite side here. They just started, so. Sweepers jumped on that right away. I think this one has more to do with the weight than the line. Easily around the guard, even with that hard curl that does come up a bit light. So we see the Spanish skip twirling his finger, saying, let's do it again. Wants the same stone. And honestly, had the right line, probably just needs a little bit less weight. And
Hey! Hey!
there he goes. Definitely calling the seat. I think he asked Kay, like, where is it? Try to make sure this gets down.
Vale.
Unfortunately, coming up a little bit light. But does kind of block off that path, so I think they're still sitting all right.
Ja, wir müssen einen von den beiden Gelben öffnen. Hintere Hauslänge.
Dusseldorf going to try to play this run tap back here. Try to get their shot into play. Leave the shooter there as a guard.
Wischen.
Calling for the sweep now.
Ab, 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 ab.
Oh, trying to get off and maybe miss the top one and curl back that middle one.
Nein, nichts,
There
nichts,
it goes,
nichts,
but it's
nichts.
also a little bit heavy.
Okay. Ja,
Gonna
nicht
slide
geöffnet.
through. Yeah, they'll have another opportunity for it. They didn't really take anything out just yet. This one's going to catch on the red, and what's that going to do? It's going to open it up, slide over the yellow, so now La Tosa opening things up for Dusseldorf here.
Okay.
Let's see
Leicht
what-
Tap back.
A light tap
Oder den
back.
Freeze. Also ungefähr Backline.
So they're going to try to take advantage of this
Bitte?
opportunity.
Backline.
No, definitely not what they wanted there, Bina. That was probably the worst case scenario, crashing out of their own, splitting things open, and giving an opportunity to Dusseldorf here.
Ei, ei, ei. Nichts.
Ooh.
That doesn't sound very promising if you hear a skip say aye straight from the start.
Heavy, wide. Yep, only wanted backlight on
Wollen ihre
that.
Steine
This
auch nicht
is
mehr so viel.
easily
Aber
hogged.
Backline war's.
Oh, I guess the weight wasn't so bad, but just wide. So, time for La Tosa to do something with
No,
it.
espera.
Nope, waving it off. There he goes. Once start protecting it, leave it in the front. They want this to be second, but they want this to stay high. Not much handle on this one. Feel like that once this one takes the curl, it's going to just slide off, but this has also got some weight, so Need to be careful it doesn't catch on their own at the back. See it start to turn the other way, so
Indeed.
Versuch! Hintere
La Tosa
Auslänge!
just not closing the door on Dusseldorf here in this end.
Yeah, still an opportunity here for Dusseldorf to make a good draw and put pressure on La Tosa with a potential steal here.
Up! Up!
Calling Ricarda off. Need this one to curl a little bit. Not going to get over there, so is this going to die? It does, but carries past
gut,
the T line, so...
Well, it's not easy to take it out because of that redstone there. It's past the T-line, so La Tosa, they can try and do a better draw, but if they fail to do a better draw, then it's also an option for Dusseldorf to put a guard in front of it and start protecting this shot zone.
Yeah, so, I mean, you've got the... I think you can get onto the inside part of the nose with the hack
La
weight.
veus
I mean,
tota?
fairly certain. But
Yeah, but even like a
it's
good
tough
draw.
if you miss it raw. Yeah, if you miss it, you could take your own stone out and leave the yellow there. So.
Yeah. So this is kind of the catch here is you don't have an opportunity to
Si la
kind of
veus
miss
tota, la
because then
treus. Fora! Fora!
really needs to be a good draw. And even a little bit of a hack weight takeout could help. Hello Heidi, I suppose you are rooting for Curling Club Dusseldorf, but that's just a big assumption here. I would say Heidi.
Welcome in and thank you for the love.
Yeah, thank you for the love indeed.
This one
Triple hearts.
on the outside, and this is the worst case scenario. Catches it, jams it on the back, pushes the red out, and now yellow is sitting shots.
Yeah, they are sitting shots in the back of the house, so I think they could still opt for a draw.
Vorne
Sit
ins
two
Haus!
shots, but more pressure and have a
Fuß!
better shot stone. I think he indeed said top 8, trying to draw in that in the white behind the guard.
I want this one to be slightly better than that red to get into second shot.
Yep.
Still take away the draw path. Sweepers think it's light, jump straight away.
Ja, guard
Letting
is
him
okay.
sweep. Guard is okay. Can they bring
Ja,
this
weiter,
down?
weiter, weiter.
Might as well sweep it all the way down, get it as close as you can.
Ja, ist doch schön.
It takes away a good draw option here for La Tosa, so that works.
Yeah, that's a really good position for it. I mean, that's the miss, the light miss just outside the house, but on the right line. I think that is what you wanted to do. Updates from our other sheets. Łódź scored 3 in the second, so they lead Austria 3-2, and Carlit scored 2 in the second there, so they lead Puigcerda 3-0, also in the third end.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Dusseldorf, because of the fact that Spanish teams had a draw, there is a little chance, or no chance, they can hope for tiebreakers to get in the knockouts. I would think if you lose 2 games, that's kind of mathematically
This
a
one's
given.
going to catch on that top yellow. Will it run back? It does.
Ho,
And
ho,
it
ho.
signs a gap in the
whoa,
back.
whoa, whoa.
That is a fantastic stone there. Great result.
Weit so gut. Das heißt,
Gets
wir müssen
them-
jetzt natürlich den hier.
Gets rid of 2 yellows and
Den
leaves
hier
them in
nutzen und
shot
nach
position
innen
with
rollen.
something frozen
Soll ich
behind
einen
it.
schnellen
It's
Stein spielen irgendwie? Dass er
ideal.
den leicht innen trifft,
Ideal.
ne?
Yeah, they
Dahinter
take
rollt
control
er
here.
gut. Also spiele ich eigentlich so, wie wir eben schon mal gespielt haben, ne? Mit dem eher Boardweight oder so. Du hast so ungefähr gezeigt gehabt, ne?
So Dusseldorf here going to play in off their own, try to get something over into the center of the house, or not off their own, off of La Tosa. Excuse me. Try to get something. One, it will
Board
unlock that
weight
one there,
auf
but
den
also hopefully
roten
getting into
Roll
a
nach
shot
innen.
position.
Jetzt habe ich das Gefühl, ich muss ein bisschen mehr, als sie zeigt. Ah. Ein bisschen mehr.
Definitely, it's got some weight on it.
Ab!
Getting him off the sweep. This is gonna nose hit and actually run to the outside. Kind of clears things up though.
Yeah, the
Now it's
question is-
hard to say who is shot.
Yeah, they have to look. See, it is very hard to see from our camera angle.
It looks like it could be red slightly, but it's just hard to tell.
Very hard to tell.
Estaría bello.
Maybe if we look at the overheads,
Yeah, it's such a kind of
I would
weird
be,
angles.
yeah, at the fisheye, but I still think it's slightly red. That's just my guess.
Yeah.
I've been known to be wrong before.
Yeah, it's such a distorted view over on the far edges of that camera angle. But it could be red.
Dina agrees with me. He knows I'm usually right.
No.
One has some weight. Is that going to catch around the guard?
Oh.
Yes, it does. And
No, 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 no.
They don't want this too deep. So definitively red now.
Müssen wir auch rum.
That was a
The only
that was a
chance.
squeaker. I wasn't quite sure what they were going for. Was that it
Ja, aber
looked
das
kind
wissen
of
wir ja gar
heavy?
nicht, wie wir den machen
It
spielen
looked
müssen,
like
ne? Also
it
wahrscheinlich
might catch the
ganz
guard,
außen
but
müsste eigentlich
yeah.
rumkommen.
I don't think he's
Leute
quite
noch
too
drei.
happy with that. I think I think
Ja,
maybe he
bevor
was
wir da hängen
trying
bleiben,
for the
machen wir
tap
das aus.
back.
Yeah, I mean, it's still in the back of the house, which means are still options for Dusseldorf to kind of draw, get close to that 4-foot circle,
ja,
find some
ungefähr,
protection
ne?
from those guards, and if
Ins
they
Haus.
manage to put a pin or put a stone there, then La Tosa could be in a bit of trouble. So this is why I think he was not super satisfied.
Vita saying hashtag John is always right. We should make that a t-shirt. Called for T-line weight. This looks like it's a bit more than that. Now, is it going to curl over? I
This is
don't
heavy.
think so. It's too heavy. So
Oh
that-
no, it'll tap out the Yellowstone.
if that yellow stays
No.
over, that yellow will sit there in second.
Yeah.
But now that's just something for them La Tosa to draw onto. So
Should be in a pretty quote-unquote easy draw. They have they just put it in the house and they have backing there.
ooh, they're looking. There's a
That's a window
possibility
pick
of a
A double takeout for
double
3.
takeout for
Well,
3.
well,
I like the boldness of it.
Ya te-
What's
ya
the
digo,
worst that could happen?
And
Is
yeah, I think I like it as
they
well.
get 2.
It's,
They can't not.
they
score
cannot
once.
they cannot lose this end anymore.
Yeah. So
Unless they really do something completely off the park. I think trying to go for that extra point could be worthwhile. Interesting call here. As long as they hit the front yellow, they at least score 2, and who knows if they can catch that little bonus point there in the back.
bold but low risk. Yeah, I think so. I think there's not much they can do wrong on this one, unless it's way inside. This one looks wide, so I think this one's going to fly by with
Yeah, that's the only thing
damage.
they don't want, kind of having it fly by. They just score 1.
Wow. They were already sitting 1, so it doesn't make it worse. But yeah, you wanna
But
try
yeah,
to hit those.
2 points, it was very easy to score 2 points. So if they kind of leave that 1 point hanging, I think that is still a big miss.
Yeah,
Knowing that you have basically you kind of have that second point unless you do something terrible.
Yeah.
So still not a good last stone here from La Tosa.
No.
So
So
just scoring 1 on the hammer, giving the hammer to Dusseldorf could be scary.
So we go into the fourth end. La Tosa leading Dusseldorf 2-1. Left a little bit of left the points on the board there. We're going to see if that comes back to haunt them. So starting things off here for us in the fourth. Sweeper staying off it initially.
Sí.
Like it has the weights. Getting on the sweep. That will trickle into the house. Did not want that there. You see it by the reaction of the skip, but if it's going to get into the house, that's a good place for it because a nose hit takeout doesn't help Dusseldorf
Nimm den mal
No.
very
raus.
much.
Nee, nimm
You
den
cannot
mal
do a
raus.
takeout and leave the shooter in the scoring
Den
position.
gelben dann hier reinrollen.
Trying for a split, roll
Backline.
it into the house. Yes, Bina, is a tight game. We kind of like these here on the broadcast. We've had a few come down to the last couple of stones, so hopefully this one goes that way as well. Looks like it so far.
Ja, schade.
This one's gonna end up more on the nose.
That's too light, I think. So we just will tap it deeper.
Back. Is he gonna have enough on the broom to get it through? Not quite. Sits in the back of the house.
Luckily, it just went back far enough to not be super dangerous. But of course, they probably wanted to take it out.
Bina, your favorite kind of game, you can root for both teams. Oh, you know that hurts my soul, right?
You have to pick favorites. That's what makes sports interesting.
And I realized that's one thing we forgot to do is put up the polls in these in
the
this
chat.
tournament. Yeah, that's my fault.
We have polls in our Instagram. We have a poll for each game. I'll have a quick peek to see what our Instagram followers have to say about this game.
Whoa.
One just a little bit deeper than they would have liked, but still sitting in the middle, kind of high. Going for the takeout here with
Mit
this
dem
one.
gelben dann hier hinter.
Your favorite team is the one that's behind, of course. I know we've had that discussion before.
Yeah, it's always nice to kind of root for the underdog.
Why is it nice for Bina to root for the underdog and get to change his team, but I make one pick and I'm supposed to ride them the whole tournament?
Yeah.
That seems unfair.
Wischen. Ab. Ja,
Nice takeout.
almost.
And
Did
holds the
not-
shooter. He wanted the shooter to go the other way, but still holds it in the house. I think that's a good
Yeah.
place for it.
Well, they have hammer, so a stone in the house on the side is not that bad, and they almost catch the second redstone, so there was almost a double takeout there. So on Instagram, fans seem to prefer or seem to predict La Tosa to be the winner of this game. Interesting fact that the Belgium Curling Association also put in their vote. I'm not going to call them out, but the Belgium Curling Association has an official opinion about what's happening here in Curling Club Zemst. They are not neutral.
Hier drauf.
Bina says it's because I'm the broadcaster and he's just some guy who knows nothing. Bina, I'm just a guy with a microphone who knows nothing. That's... Sweeper's working this one. Fillet's light trying to
Ja, ja,
hold the line
wischen,
as well.
wischen.
Keep sweeping because, yeah, once it hits that, catches
Up.
that curl,
Can they get it around?
it's going to get around. Now it's going to be... Ooh, wow, that's way heavier than it looked.
Yeah.
But does get back. Sticks again on the on the back there, so could
Right.
come into play later. Not shot, sitting second. Gonna give La Tosa something to give backing on. Updates from the other sheets. Austria came back and scored 2 in the third, so they lead it 4-3 over Watch in the fourth. And Puigcerda scored 1 to get on the scoreboard there. They still trail Carlits
¡No!
3-1.
¡Oh,
Calling
falta!
the sweepers off. This feels a little bit heavy. It's
Porta.
not going to curl over.
Every time I hear the name Puigcerda, I just get that little song in my head. You know,
Okay.
the one that's going viral on social, like Pedro, 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 Pedro.
Nope.
Den hier raus.
That's the generation gap,
reinrollen.
people. So
You're asking an old
Auflänge.
man if he knows what it took. I have to be right occasionally, and you never have to be right because you know nothing about this game. Okay, that's a fair assessment, Bina. I see that. Yes, I am the professional.
Ah, der
in
läuft
quotes.
durch.
And I play the game, so I should know a little bit.
Ja. Er ist eher Hackweight.
This one, he wanted hack weight.
Ah, ist sogar board weight.
or- That's board weight. Sorry, that's a little too heavy.
yeah, Ricardo's struggling a bit today on her stones.
Can't seem to get the weight slow enough for her. See, even Leon doesn't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about, Pin? What is that song?
Ah. Am I the only cool kid around here who knows the latest songs? Or I spend too much time on socials. That could be.
Yes. Why not both?
Or I'm a bad singer, so they can kind of figure it out by the way I performed.
The sweepers are trotting after this one. Feels like this is also going to be on the heavier side. It starts to take the curl. This will get around that yellow, and but not quite get enough onto that one in the back. Taps it enough though, and sits second.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, red is sitting first and second in an interesting way. Now Dusseldorf, they have the hammer.
Leicht Tap back.
There is a double take out there in the
Gelb
back.
nach hier. Hackweight.
Okay, he wants a hack weight light tap back. Okay. That's not quite the same thing, but hey, that's his call to make.
Wischen.
So they don't fish, although they have to fish.
Something about back line. Yeah, this is definitely a lot heavier, I think, than they needed, but this will
Here it
catch
comes.
that back. Puts one back there. Will it? Shooter slides out of the house. And still possibly looking if it's in play or not.
Yeah, fishing is apparently what the German team calls a sweep.
Yeah, it's I think it's Vision with the V, but it sounds a lot like fishing.
Like fishing, yeah. And the helicopter broom victory sign.
That feels like more like boredom. Just keeping himself busy. Or he's seen our videos with
Yeah, who knows?
Team
That could be
Hercules,
super
so-
cool. If they've seen those videos and they are kind of
¡Alois!
placing a reference there to Team Hertman.
¡Alois!
should clip that and send that to him.
Yeah. You guys,
¡No!
you have copycats out there.
¡Atens!
Or-
¡No!
I would
Fans.
say if fans, admirers.
¡Sí!
Ooh, this could work.
Trying to get this one to curl just a little bit more, get underneath. Oh, that's a good stone. Half under the guard.
Yeah, they could
Gonna
have slipped it a
pressure
bit
there.
more to kind of really find that line, but I think they can be happy with this one.
Eher den gelben auf den roten. Hack.
He looks very young. Young people are always bored. Yeah. Quite a few junior players along with the Spanish teams, bringing them out for some of their some international experience. Always happy to see the game bringing in young players.
Fischen!
Start for the fish. Trying to tap theirs back. It's going to over curl though.
Oh no.
But it opens up that shot stone, so
Yeah, yes, it
Better
opens it
than-
up unless they, of course, put a guard in there. So, so Bina says, I teach music at middle school. I kind of know young people, sorta. But then the question is, never heard of the Pedro song? Don't know what to think of that.
did you look up the song, Leon? He's saying he has an earwig thanks to you.
Yeah, Pedro, 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 boom, boom, boom. You know, it's going viral on socials with the raccoon dancing in that little circle there.
Nope, don't know it.
Yeah.
And I will not look it up because I do not want the earwig, so...
What?
You will
Or
probably hear
the
all
earworm,
summer.
as we say it in English.
Yeah.
Not an earworm, but an earwig also works.
Hey!
Want to make sure this gets down, especially across
See,
the
see.
hog.
Hey!
Really wanting us out there, getting it down. And even getting that little cover over the yellow takes away kind of a tap back. I like that result
Wir müssen
right
den
there.
treffen. Ja,
Yeah,
man
maybe
muss halt
in the
daran
US it's not
vorbeipassen, ne?
it's
Aber dann
not
kann
that
ich
known.
nicht
It's
ganz,
kind of
ganz
I
schnell
think it's an
spielen. Dann kann
Italian
ich eher nur
song, so
Hackway spielen
it could be
und dann
huge in
ein bisschen,
Europe.
ja, aber so maximal,
Euro
oder?
trash kind of stuff.
Ja. Ja, der Rote muss gehen. Der Rote im Vierfuß müssen wir treffen. Der muss raus, ja.
2 more for
Er ist auf jeden
Carlitos
Fall treffbar.
in the fourth, so
Also ich
they
spiele so
go
Hackweight
into the
ungefähr,
fifth
ja.
end, leading 5-1 over Puigcerda. And I've just butchered that name. That's probably the 5th different way I've pronounced that name today. I apologize to all of the Spanish and Catalan viewers out there. Skip throwing his hands up in the air, doesn't like this one at all.
This could be a takeout on their own. Yellow one.
It will, but it will roll over on top of that red, so at
Sitting
least-
second shot, I think.
Der besser als der.
Looking from the overhead. I'm guessing second shot.
That second shot. You are in Leon's head, so that's what we know we need to do when we play them next season. Is
Oh, yeah.
just start singing.
Pedro, 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 Pedro. Boo, boo, boo.
Okay, I have seen the image.
Yeah.
I have not heard the song with it.
Yeah,
I've only
that's
seen
what I
like
want
an
If
to
you've
watch
seen the image, the gif of the dancing raccoon kind of dancing in the circle, well, that song,
song
goes
goes
along
with
with
it?
the meme. Yeah.
Make sure to never look at it. We probably have some copyright issues behind that song, Leon.
Yeah. And they might.
Get this one over the hog line, and
It's not.
just can't carry it.
Natürlich bleiben, damit können wir zwei
Alright,
schreiben.
so
Dann muss
Now I
den
wish
aber
I could
echt, der muss
understand
knapp dran
Catalonian or
vorbei.
Spanish.
Und wir müssen den, ich darf den ja nicht viel mehr als Hackweight spielen. Nicht mehr als
Dusseldorf can, if they can get rid of this red and hold the shooter inside the 8-foot,
Yeah,
they
okay.
can score too.
Alles klar.
Yeah. Important thing is just get it out, and then they, if they get it out with a hack weight and both stones go out, they score 1. That's a decent result, but
Okay.
Yes,
Two
Peter,
is
that's
nicer.
correct. The entire stone has to be over the hog line in order for it to count.
So.
So mostly over is not
Ja,
good enough.
also wenn wir ihn gut
All
treffen,
over.
dann können wir
is-
den Roten so weit zurücktappen, dass wir 2-2 liegen. Ich spiele ein bisschen langsamer als gerade, weil der gerade einfach zu schnell war und ich habe
You know
auch
what could happen
und
here,
den Besen auch
John?
nicht getroffen gerade.
Just imagine if he's a little bit wide, it flies by the red, but it catches the yellow in the back, and therefore tapping it out of shot position. That is a little bit of a danger there, but let's hope that does not happen. And I didn't jinx it if it does.
It's your fault. Hashtag him's fault.
Nein.
Uh-oh.
Needs to curl over.
He says it's a 9.
Yep, stay off it. I think this is going to have... Wait, now they're going curling over. Oh, this is fantastic. I think he was a little bit scared that was going to crash on the guard, but that is perfect.
Beautiful. Absolute beauty. High fives for curling Dusseldorf as they take the lead in this very close game against La Tosa.
First team to score multiple points on their hammer.
And that's important, scoring more than one on your hammer. And that is also the mission for La Tosa right now in this fourth end. As we can see, the clock is not ticking in favor of the Catalonians here.
21-ish minutes left should be enough to get into the sixth end.
Yep.
But really depends on how much thinking time they take
correct.
on this. So Dusseldorf will be starting things off here in the fifth end with a 3-2 lead over La Tosa with that excellent takeout there from Dusseldorf skip. That was clicked hashtag. And so now Nina has officially changed to cheering for La Tosa.
Ab! Vision!
And Heidi obviously approves. But this is far from over. Anything can happen. 1 point is
Die Linie
not
wäre noch
a
gut.
lot.
Ja, sehr schön. Ja, sehr gut. Sehr schöner Stein.
Sehr schöne Stein. I know enough German to know that Skip was happy with a very good stone there.
First time in this game you've had to take a side. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Hey! CC!
CC, it might overcurl.
It's a very heavy. So
Yeah.
even if it gets around,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
going to go through. So he just didn't want to hit. He didn't want to hit that center one because it's on the T line. Shot of the match, absolutely, Leon. Definitely candidate. Clicked that button, didn't say it, but it's 100% been clicked. We will. It's a very good candidate, leading candidate for it at the moment for sure. Dusseldorf trying to come in behind that center guard, put more pressure on La Tosa.
Vision!
Yep, got to sweep now, make sure it doesn't curl onto it. Want to carry this one deep.
Ja.
Oh, fantastic couple of stones here.
Beautiful. Sweep it a bit more, but this is excellent and a very good way to start this fifth end with a center guard and a stone before T-line. Half tucked away. And not easy for La Tosa to take it out.
No la veus?
Update over. Carlit scored 2 more to take a 5-1 lead over Puigcerda, and they are in the fifth end as well.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Nope. What did you say that got retracted?
I was searching for an emoji, but I typed it in the wrong field. You try that again. Now, this is what I want.
This one
Here I
taps
go.
it off the center line. Dusseldorf opting to stay in, to leave it as is, so
Hanoi.
that is their prerogative.
Ja, noch eine Guard.
Puts them into advantage 2 in the
Weil
house.
der
Leaves
hinter
a
dem
guard of
Blauen
their own,
versteckt
so
ist. Und jetzt garden wir den.
Yeah, if they are able to steal here, that would be huge.
Ab!
Trying to keep it off. Weight's fine. Just needs it to curl.
Wieder ab! Kann ruhig da vorne liegen bleiben. Ist alles gut.
There we
Ja, ist
go.
gut. Ist gut.
Ricardo with the good weight.
Maybe a bit over curling, I would say. There's still kind of hit and roll option there. Then we're really
think
being
that-
very...
Yeah. And La Tosa's going to want to keep it open up the middle, so they're going to
Yep.
want to at least run back there, red onto a yellow, get something in the house covered up, and then start peeling off. So he wants the weight above the glasses. This one's going to have some heft to it. Stone comes flying in from off the A sheet. This one is wide, unfortunate. Pushed it a bit outside.
Yeah.
Only had the right amount of speed on it, but stays outside, and so opportunity for Dusseldorf to do something. Maybe try to draw something in
Yeah.
between the two yellows on the right side. Nope, going to cover over the red.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of counterplaying.
Ja,
If you know
davor.
what your opponent's trying to do, then that's their preferred option. And you can kind of make that option go away. But I think drawing in another stone in the house could also have worked. Every stone in the house is something La Tosa would have to deal with.
Ab! Er muss ganz weit noch rum. Nein, nein, nein.
This one to curl over and die.
Jetzt wischen.
This one stays out too wide,
Ja,
unfortunately.
ja, ja, ja. Jeder Zentimeter zählt.
Sheet A has been updated. Watch scored 1 in the 4th to tie things up against Austria as they head into the 5th end.
Yeah, and things look pretty good for John with his prediction. You counterpicked me here. I picked La Tosa, and you went German. And so far, so good for John.
This one's going to catch on that yellow guard and kind of kick through. So La Tosa not making Dusseldorf
Wieder
pay for
aufbauen.
missing the guard. So definitely going to set another one down.
Leon has an idea. He's saying Pim is singing, and you
Show a picture
and you
of a
show a
raccoon.
picture of a raccoon. Yeah. I don't know if you want to hear me sing, Leon.
Ah.
We'll have to set
Ja.
up a
Und
way
außen.
for you to change cameras without using the keyboard or mouse, so that way I can have control and could do that.
Ja,
Definite ideas for next season. And this one also wide and heavy. Is this going to settle down in the house?
Ja, wisch noch ein bisschen.
It does,
spät.
but now this is going to leave a hit and roll option for La Tosa. So, yeah, Caroline not happy with that stone at all.
But Dusseldorf is still sitting 3 in the house, so sure, La Tosa has options, but it's still have to deal with 3 stones there.
Bit of a little loop there on the take back, so hopefully it gets this back online. It definitely has the weight. This is going to catch the outside though, and is it going to be hard enough to move it out of the house? No, so still lying 3 for Dusseldorf.
Alligat.
Yeah, struggling a bit here to take control over this this end.
Yeah, I feel like that was maybe too much weight for that shot. Didn't necessarily need to go that heavy, just trying to in off one stone, and so maybe just a bit overzealous on the take back and on the weight there.
Wischen. Ab! Ja, der musste ein bisschen wegen...
This one's a little bit outside. Want this one's to curl
Oh, der ist schon
over.
wieder... Ah,
It's a
er
little
ist
bit
wie
on the
gerade
heavier
ungefähr, ne?
side.
Ah, jetzt geht er noch auf den roten. Ah, ein bisschen...
Just
Ah,
a
das
little
hilft
kiss on the red, but
nicht. Nee.
ooh, leaves a pocket there. But is
No,
there
ahora no
enough for them
existe.
to get in and get
Ahora
two
no está.
outs?
No está el Vamos aquella.
Face palm there.
Not happy with her stones on that end.
Tiro yo. Toca tú. Play.
But no damage is done so far
Veus?
because La Tosa still has to
Perdem temps.
make sure they come back in the game.
I think that they can come in, and if they can get on this side here, they can actually jam and split both of these yellows out of there. It should be an ideal situation for them. But it looks like they're going to peel off their own guard, maybe even go on top of it, run it back. That's also an option.
This has weight.
Yeah.
Big push on this one.
One's going to get over on the nose, runs it back. Great run back there.
Machen.
That was the
Nochmal den
plan.
I
I
think
think they
they
might have
Liegen
wanted
immer
a
noch
little bit
zwei.
more on the
Also die Guard
inside
müsste
so
hier
it can
so,
roll over.
hier so
Yeah.
ankommen,
But
ne? Das wäre eine gute Stelle für die Guard.
yeah, probably
leaves
indeed.
them in a strong position though. It's their stones, they get
Ja,
to
aber
run
dann
back.
können sie den
Ja.
hier noch rausnehmen oder mit dem den schießen. Also wäre schon ein bisschen so leicht rechts von der Rot. Es költ ganz
Still
wenig.
two
Ich hab
more
ihn nur hier
stones,
gegeben
and they
und
have
er
to
ist
make
da
them count.
angekommen. Also gib mal aber da. Es költ nicht mehr so viel.
A little over 10 minutes left on the clock, so we should be able to get to a sixth end. So La Tosa wanting to stay in touch here.
So, dann versuche ich jetzt auch nochmal eine Guard. Ja, wir liegen 2. Schneller geworden, ne?
Puigcerda scored 1 in the 5th. They head into the 6th end, trailing Carlitz 5-2. And while here, Dusseldorf trying to get something in, protect this yellow, take away any kind of damage control from options from La Tosa. This is going to set up as a nice guard here, trying to just set it up. Very nice. Perfect guard there.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
not happy with it. But
No, the run back is still there. They really wanted to sweep it a little bit more so it could kind of corner freeze against that red one to really take away the run back. That's not the case, and I think the skip of La Tosa is now looking at either running back the red ones or doing a hit and roll
It looks like he's opting for this kind
Yeah.
of
based on the
What's it?
broom. Going
back
for,
weight, kind of back weight, maybe hack weight.
Fas perdre temps. Tu em dius
Here,
una
tap
parida
and
i em fas
roll
perdre
off the
temps.
yellow. I figure it's better to get. This is their best chance to do it before Dusseldorf closes it off.
Hey!
It's all in the hands of the skip
No!
of La Tosa now.
Calling it off.
Hey!
Now we get around. No, they
Oh.
should have kept them on the sweep.
Yeah, you can see the vice skip like, oh, why did you call it off? That was so unfortunate. And that was a line call there, and I don't know if he overruled his vice skip over that line call, but if he did, then I can imagine why the vice skip was a bit annoyed.
Genau. Also wahrscheinlich dann nur hier Eis geben, oder?
So
Ja, und wenn er den hier vorne
Dusseldorf
antickt, irgendwo
needing
ist ja
the
auch
guard.
okay, ne?
Yeah, the hit and roll is now slightly more exposed. You know they will try it with the last stone.
something right about here,
So, das war knapp.
level with that
Also
stone,
jetzt
take
legen wir
away
einfach
any
auf die
kind
Seite die
of
Guard.
line at it.
Dann liegen wir
Force
immer
for
noch
the
2.
the tap back in the middle.
Ja, es curlt fast gar nicht mehr, ne? Also 2 Fuß noch vielleicht. Mehr kommt ja
Dusseldorf
nicht mehr hin.
lying 2
Now-
at the moment.
You can also draw in the house, kind of draw to the pin because there's a little bit more room if you kind of put it in the 4 foot.
But if you do that, then you leave them to draw in as well, and
Well, if it's in front of the T line. Then you have 2 stones in the 4 foot.
this is tight. This is gonna over curl.
Yeah, this is over curling.
That's gonna leave it over.
Ah,
Yeah, see also like Leon says, just
Ja,
come
ja,
around,
hat jetzt viel mehr
put the second
gekürt auf
stone
der
in the
Seite.
4 foot, and then have La Tosa have to deal
ja,
with 2 shot
da
stones there.
hilft er noch ein
Ja.
bisschen sogar.
That
Ja,
was a
ja.
bit a better option.
Yeah. I think with what Dusseldorf was trying, heavy was the right option, and that was just too light. But
Igual.
definitely not
igual.
enough ice either. I think they looked at what La Tosa did, but La Tosa threw much more weight.
They still have to make it. They still have to make it, of course. Dusseldorf sitting to
No!
call for line.
Called him off, now calling it back on.
Yeah.
Gets
Oh,
no,
they
it's
did it again. So he called it off again. It overcurled again, and the vice cap. I think he's going to eat his head at this point.
Bueno, no pasa res.
Spins off, and that's
Tira, tira.
2 for. Oops, wrong button.
A steal of 2 for Dusseldorf, and 2 kind of good attempts, but
No
then
me noise.
communication was key to hold the line. And you can see vice cap and skip are still not done with debriefing how they did not manage to score on this end.
Big steal of 2 for Dusseldorf gives
Oh,
them
yeah.
a 5-2 lead heading here into the 6th and final end. Making me look like the genius that I am.
I mean,
Ins Haus!
it's better to make sure you're around the guard,
Vollgas!
even if it takes out and you lose a shooter. You at least take out a point for Dusseldorf. They score 1 instead of 2, but if you smash on the guard, then they steal 2. So
Yep.
so it's better to have it going around the guards than to kind of really hope for that perfect line
Vision!
and squeeze it.
Now see, now Bina, you don't have to change teams again. You get to stay rooting for the same team.
Gerne schon im Haus, ja, im Haus.
Pedro is not amused.
Try to make sure this one gets into the house. Skip sweeping it
schön.
deeper. Schön start. Schön stehen, I should say. Stein.
Schönstein.
Sola! 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 No entry, Pedrín. No entry.
So we're going to make sure this one gets in. This will get into the house.
Bit
This,
deep.
I think, Dusseldorf will just chase this out.
Yeah, just stay in control, get rid of every stone that is in the house that could end up being a point on the board if they want to stay in control. You have a 3-point lead, you just have to avoid La Tosa scoring 3 or more.
Looking for a
Oder die
draw,
Guard! Hier!
but
Besser?
you don't want to leave
Okay.
guards.
Guards are the friends of the team that needs to score.
The beer tasting is this evening, Leon.
Yes, but we
It's-
have tasted a couple of beers already.
Yeah.
But the official one is...
Official beer tasting is
yeah.
tonight. That's why we started at 8 a.m. this morning, is so they could finish the 5 sessions and not have the beer
Ay,
tasting
ay, ay.
start at midnight.
Good thing about the beer tasting is you get to taste the beers you have been drinking for 2 days, but now you
muss
get to
ins
drink them in
Haus.
tiny glasses and you kind of feel like a
Oh, der
fancy
kommt aber
gentleman.
nicht. Ja, das wird nix.
This one coming in light.
Lass mich.
This is a bit of
I'm
a
not sure if I like this guard, to be
strategic
honest.
decision, a strategic mistake here. I don't like this guard at all. I feel like when you have a 3-point lead, you just throw things through. Looking for a flight. Yeah, you might still have time to get here from Hamburg. No idea how often Lufthansa flies here on the weekend, though. During the week, there's plenty of flights from Germany to Belgium. Also going with a takeout here.
Maybe he's just chartering a private jet. He can be here in less than an hour.
This one's going to hit the yellow, but that's going to just slide over the top red in the back, top of the red in the back. they lose the shooter in the process. La Tosa needs stones in the house. They need guards. There you go. Take that one out. And even if they, on this one, if Dusseldorf misses, if they're tight and they take their own guard away, I think that's also
acceptable. Yeah. I mean, they're at the point they don't need to win the end. They need to win the game.
Fischen!
Going fishing. This one gets around the guard. Wanting to hold this one. This will be right on the nose. Maybe roll a little bit to the middle.
Sehr schön.
Excellent.
That's a good stone.
Sehr schön. And Ricarda is finding her her stones when it matters.
Leon wanting to ask a serious question. He heard that the houses might be pizzas next season. That is a possibility. They are in discussion. So we have King Slice as one of the sponsors. They've got their logo in the middle. They might increase their sponsorship package of the club. And I think one of the things that might happen is we might have pizzas for the houses.
Sure.
Which I think would be cool.
That would be cool. So you can already picture curling stones being pepperoni, so you can actually dress your pizza.
Yeah, we'll have to get some like stickers put on. This gets around. Is it going to hold the house though? Feels a little bit heavy, and nope, that is going to slide through. Right line, just the wrong weight. So La Tosa running out of stones.
Jemand eine Guard?
To get something going. Dusseldorf.
But why a guard?
No, don't.
Why a guard?
You don't care about that stone in the house.
I think what La Tosa is doing now is trying to get around the guards with a good draw. So either you claim that spot or you take away the guards.
They really should just pick out this, clean up the front of the house.
Or yeah,
no mushrooms or bananas or pineapples. Well, see, now that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put pineapple stickers on the yellows, and then we're gonna put pepperoni stickers on the reds. And so then when they come down, they'll be adding their favorite pepperoni or pineapples to pizzas.
Now, there is an argument for Dusseldorf. They cannot advance to the next round anymore. So maybe they are just trying to get the best possible ranking and then going for those tiebreakers was just winning the end. That's the only kind of logical thing I can imagine, that if an end matters for a better placement.
Yeah.
And it makes sense to still go and try and steal here, because basically winning or losing isn't going to make that much of a difference. Well, it is, but
well, you want to finish the tournament on a high.
Yeah, winning is of course important for the final ranking.
And you hear the timer going off in the background, so this will be the last end for all matches on the ice. Looks like Sheet A will only be finishing up their 5th end. Sheet C will be finishing up their 6th, as well as here on the broadcast sheet. So this one gets around the guard, gets on the nose of that yellow, stays in the house.
Weißt du mal,
But
Düsseldorf,
hey, maybe
take
also,
us
Leon, we
spielen?
could get some different color handles for some of the other sheets. So green for green peppers, and I don't know, brown for like ground beef or mushrooms or something. Lots of ideas out there. I wonder how much handles cost. The stones are expensive, but the handles that expensive?
Piece of plastic can be that expensive. Let's ask Plastic van Looy.
Ja, ganz durch.
This one is going to clear it out. Yellow stays. Good.
And saving the bumpers there with with a very nice move. Did you see the move in the background there?
I did not. Let me see if I could turn around and look on the replay inside. We've got just enough of a delay.
It was awesome. And players like, please, can somebody turn off the music in the venue?
Oh,
the bell
catches it with his hand.
Yeah, did you see?
3/4 spin move.
That was an
Very
awesome
nice.
spin move.
Too late for me to clip it, though. The replay buffer has passed.
Controlat.
Did he push this inside? Looks fine so far. It's wide.
heavy. It might even be too wide. Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's even a bit wide, yeah.
That's it. Unfortunately, though, the shooter rolls out of the house, so
Hier fast
with
einen
only 3
durchspielen,
stones
aber
left, La Tosa is
Ja.
playing for a draw at best.
Voll ins Haus.
Going to
Voll
be very
ins
difficult for La
Haus!
Tosa to picture a win here. And for La Tosa, yeah, I should look at the group stage, but it could be that by losing against Dusseldorf, they end up third in the group and therefore also not advancing to the quarterfinals by not winning against the
Erwischen!
team that have lost all of their matches
Alles
so
über
far
der
in
Linie
previous
ist gut.
sessions.
Soll ich? Ich doch nicht, wenn dann.
Wanted to get this one in. Definitely did not want to guard. Sometimes Skip needs to remind them better too heavy than too light. Comes up a little bit short there.
Do we have any updates rolling in from the other sheets, John?
I was incorrect. The match over on sheet A actually did get into the 6th end. Watch scored 1 in the 5th, so lead at 5-4 over there in the 6th.
Salta.
This one coming around the guards, but a little bit heavy, so going to go out the back, and that is going to be it for this match.
So,
La Tosa can no longer win,
Wir tappen den so ein bisschen rein, würde ich sagen. Ne?
but Dusseldorf going to be playing
ich hatte
to
dir
finish,
gerade-
try to get the
Ja, aber
stones
die
and
hatte ich
points
halt hier
and
schon
ends
gegeben.
here.
Ja, vielleicht ein bisschen weniger. Okay.
And over on sheet C, I believe they're finished, but they haven't put up the final score yet.
So, wir tappen
Hopefully
unseren
someone will
rein.
get
Ne?
karma, but I don't see anybody going to the far end.
Genau, der muss nur das Haus berühren. Dann macht er schon genug Druck.
But Karlitz was leading 5-2 at the last update, so we will see.
Yeah, in that case, that would mean that Karlitz could be the group winner of Group D, which means they can avoid playing against Team Verregen, and they will most probably
Ist der eher lang?
play against.
Also, lass mich-
Trying to drag my sentence here to find the answer to that one. Euromix.
It'll be a tough matchup. And I know the Euromex guys will be happy playing against somebody who speaks Spanish and curling. They said last night they had yet to talk to somebody in Spanish in a curling context. They got to
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
with some of
genau,
the Spanish
das
teams last night at the after curling drink.
Yeah.
So they were very excited about that.
Oh, jetzt haben wir schon sicher gewonnen. Ja, also alle Spiele verlieren wäre schon kacke gewesen. Nein, wir waren auch besser. War schon gut.
No karma for anyone on sheet A though. Nobody put up the score. This one wide and also heavy.
Wir auch versuchen hier über außen noch einen vorne reinzulegen. Also wir müssen jetzt eigentlich sehen, dass wir eher noch in die Mitte drawen.
So
Ne?
Dusseldorf looking for a second one in the house. Try to steal
Ach so,
two
wir
here.
tappen den
Finish off
Zweifel
with a
noch mal.
big
Mir
win.
wäre aber lieber, wenn der rumgehen würde. Ja, ja. Also eigentlich hätte ich
And
ihn lieber
maybe
um die
improve
7,
their
um die 7
placements.
Runden, ne? Nach hier. Genau, also gib mal ein bisschen mehr
Their
Eis.
their match in the placement.
Ja, ich wollte ja um die 7
placement
Runden.
round.
Also musst du ein bisschen mehr. Ja, ja. Ja, Draw ins Haus. Prinzip der gleiche Stein, ja.
This does not feel like enough ice for a draw into the house. The way we've seen these stones curl.
Vision!
Wanting the sweep. Yep, this one's going to be on that guard. But it can tap the guard in, so maybe they could get the split here too if they keep it far enough outside. But no, that's going to over curl. But at least taps one into the house, so
Ja, ist er.
getting a second. Now leaving it
Bisschen Flüge.
outside. La Tosa opportunity here just to hit hit and stick, and they will at least take the solace of scoring one in the last, taking this last end.
No sé, ara estem fallant.
Final stone underway here. Sweepers are on it. Wanting to make sure this stays on the line. There it is. Finishing off with a scoring one. But congratulations to Dusseldorf winning that match 5-3, finishing their tournament strong.
Yes, they will be happy winning this game here. And, apparently they went for some ice cream during lunch, so maybe that helped. That was
the key to victory today.
Yep.
Was getting a little sweet treat, enjoying yourself, enjoying the sun, and finishing the tournament strong, or finishing the group stage strong.
Yeah, they can have some interesting place matches there. The Dusseldorfians. Now, I am a bit disappointed because I was hoping for at least one Dusseldorf takeoff. They have a special gesture. It looks like honking a truck. And they promised to make at least one Dusseldorf, making that gesture so we could kind of narrate that, but they left me hanging there. I'll never forget.
It wasn't really necessary today. You'll never forgive them.
I will never forget. I will never forgive. And a team picture coming in here for the Spanish teams as they conclude the group stage. And we have a current club from Puigcerda. And Ricarda volunteering to take the picture.
Oh, committing the cardinal sin, knee on the ice.
No!
No, young man, get your knee off the ice.
Yeah, thank you for current club Puigcerda to join us here at Curling Club Zemst to participate in the Gouden Carolus Classic 2024. And they have two out of 3 teams advancing to the knockout stages. So basically they have a 25% chance of winning the tournament here.
They do.
They are well represented here in Belgium. And let's see if we can come back over to the booth for a quick recap of this game, John.
Yeah.
I picked La Tosa. It looked pretty promising, but then a couple of mistakes. And yeah, Dusseldorf with a deserved victory. They were in control and they were punishing mistakes from a Spanish team.
Yeah, it took a little bit longer for them to get under control, but they got into the flow first, able to start controlling the ends and pulling it out, making me look like the genius that I know that I am. So that number below me will be changing. It's right there. Yep. So I will be catching up to you. I will not be here to broadcast the final 2 sessions today, but I will still be making my prognostications. I will still be making my picks, sending them into Pim via text so he can brag about it and suddenly conveniently forget that I made something when it turns out to be correct.
Trying to keep an eye on the skip of current club Dusseldorf as he is coming in together with the team. Very good game here. I think the noon break really helped them to strengthen their core, their muscles, their brain power, basically everything good curling player needs. Yeah. Let's see if we can have a quick interview. No, still missing.
All right, good night, Bina. Thanks for joining us. We're always happy to have you in here. Everybody else that joined in, let's see if we can get...
yes,
there
here we are. You are invited to step on to the X and look into the lens because we will have a quick post-game interview with the winning skip here who moves on to placement matches. Let's pop over to the booth and turn on
interview. There we go. Hey, so congratulations. A little bit of a slow start there, but you guys figured out the ice first and used it to your advantage.
Yeah, I think yesterday we had a lot of problems with the curl. And it was kind of difficult for us here because our ice at home is well, quite different from the ice here. So we always need one, sometimes 2 games to adapt. And I think at the end was a little bit better. We were a little bit lucky with 2 or 3 shots of them. They ticked the guard just a centimeter or so, or some millimeters. That helped us, I think, at the end. Well, what was a nice game.
Yeah, but you're good. This should help your positioning in for the final. Unfortunately, you guys are not going to make the knockout stage, but you still have the placement match. So
I don't think so. Yeah, we really would like to have won this last end. You need every end here in these games.
But it's a good way to finish the group stage. Always nice to finish on a positive. You still got one more match and the beer tasting tonight. So
I have one more question, by the way.
We're looking forward to it. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So one more question. We talked at noon, and you promised us a Dusseldorf. I was waiting all game for a big Dusseldorf with a gesture. Can you explain to people out there who are unfamiliar with the term, what is a Dusseldorf, and what do you mean by it if you would throw it in a game?
Yeah, I think we really did it once at the end of the game, the next to last end. And it's really a very fast takeout that is, I think, more than peel weight. And in our ice at home is so slow that usually to get a takeout at all, you have to throw these weights. And at normal curling ice, it's then a very, very fast stone that you usually never need here. But it's very controllable because it's kind of goes straight through.
Yeah, that's true. So everybody out there who will watch our games in the future, whenever we say, oh my God, this is going to be a Dusseldorf, well, now you know, and this is the man behind the whole term, the Dusseldorf. He represents the club here, current club Dusseldorf. Thank you for joining the Gouden Carolus.
We've got greetings from Leon Hundertmark for you. He's been watching and cheering you guys on.
Very nice.
So.
Hello, Leon.
And so thank you. Go enjoy the rest of your afternoon with the team. And thank you for joining us, and congratulations on the win. So, the man who made me look like the genius, Christian, Skip from Dusseldorf. Congratulations to them. Looking forward to seeing how they finish out this, where they round up in this tournament. But that is going to be it for me for now and for Pim. Pim is coming back later. This is it for me for today. I'll be back for the finals tomorrow. Got a little birthday, family things, Mother's Day going on today, so I have to leave. But you will be in capable hands of Pim, and I believe we'll have Bram joining us later.
Yes.
Hopefully, if he remembers.
If he remembers, and hopefully he will. And he will have to defend your pick, so we will have to kind of punish him for those bad picks. But yeah, up till then, I think we can close off and say goodbye and have a little rest and update some of the stream settings for our next stream here.
Yep. So don't forget to like, subscribe, do everything you need to do on the social media stuff. That's going to be it for us. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.